Wayne Bennett and Craig Bellamy, boys. Oh, but who says it's Wayne Bennett's last year of coaching? It's his last year on contract at the Dolphins. Craig Bellamy...
There's no way Wayne will continue coaching because there's no... He doesn't play golf. He doesn't...
One day, Wayne, on the sideline, will just turn to dust and it'll be over.
Right. That's when he'll retire.
He'll just drop into dust and then that's it.
Yeah.
That'll be the end of him.
It's not his last year of coaching. Whoever's... No. It's his last year
at the
Dolphins as head coach of the Dolphins.
The league will be giving him a heap to do the next team.
On PNG?
I reckon, for sure.
Okay.
Well, let me throw one at you. Souths or Para miss the finals again. I would imagine there would be a huge push, particularly at Para, to get Wayne Bennett. And I'm not death riding them, please.
Yeah.
But if they miss the 8, and it's going to be hard for any team from outside.
He'll be somewhere for sure.
I don't think he'd come
back to Sydney.
I reckon he'd go anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but he wouldn't come cheap.
No. $1 million a year minimum.
And nor should he. So it's got to be a club that's willing to post that.
Now, you've both been coached by one? Have you been coached by one?
No.
Never?
Yeah.
You've been coached by one. And have you had much to do with Bellamy in a professional environment?
I've coached with Wayne in the All-Stars.
Right. What did you learn from that? And what insight did you get about what made him such a great coach?
He's very simple. Keeps it simple. And he has a thing about defence. I think he understands defence very well. And I think he understands the game from a point of view, especially early in the year, that if you have more ball than the other team, you generally win. Most of his teams come out of trouble with low fuss and rely on applying pressure, and I think that's why his teams always do pretty well at the start of the year.
But if that's such a simple formula, Joey, how come he has such a remarkable record and others haven't been able to replicate that?
His man management. That's a big one. Probably no coach in history has understood players and their personalities more than Wayne. And he gets the best out of them. He's revered. They want to play for him.
You know what? He doesn't panic when he loses. If you look at their stats, they're possibly the best two coaches of all time. So Craig Bellamy is at an unbelievable sort of roster early on, I think, especially 69%, and Wayne's just under 60. So you lose in 4 games every 10. A lot of clubs, a lot of coaches and people panic in those situations. He doesn't.
I was with Craig Bellamy. I helped him out in Origin 1 year, 2 years maybe. Amazing. So thorough. So thorough. Absolute amazing. Would have loved to have been coached by him. Because he watches everything and he sees everything on the game and he just drives standards in everything. Every part of the game, every part of training, preparation, everything. Would have loved to have been coached by him.
And the players that have come out of Melbourne, and we have a great insight with Cam and Billy, that standard thing you talk about, it's something they still carry through even their everyday life now.
I'll toss this up. Other than Greg Inglis and other than Israel, who has left Melbourne Storm and kicked right on as a player? It's rare players leave there.
Cooper Cronk?
And
you know what? I think he makes them better. Tohu Harris. I think,
especially forwards.
Yeah, I think you watch the difference. A lot of players go there and improve.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But I think exactly what you said. Work ethic, detail, and that's it. That's what he does so well. He just makes you he gets the best out of you.
So some teams have different philosophies about how they build into a season. Melbourne are just redlining as they get to the starting line. Now, everyone knows his record. He's never lost in round 1. He's got a big test on Friday night, though. How do you establish a record like that in round 1?
Well, you just spoke about it. They turn up red hot fit, rock hard fit.
Yeah, they're fit. They're always fit.
So these are the teams that Melbourne has beaten in round 1, right throughout Craig Bellamy's tenure, and where they finished the year prior in the small text.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's some teams there. They've had the luck of the draw with a few. But other than that,
he's had the luck a fair way actually. When you look at it,
they've played some really successful teams. Look at there's some who've played in the semis. You got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's about half a dozen who've played semi-finals.
Yeah.
Great record.
And their pre-season camps are the stuff of legend, aren't they? to get the blokes
There's
to turn
good
up and do
stories.
that
He
year
tells
after
one
year.
about James Maloney, because they do a thing where they like stay up all night and they go on this army thing and they carry logs and go through water, and so they put people on lookout and you can't sleep. I reckon Jimmy just literally got the thing, put it behind his head, went straight to sleep.
Jimmy Maloney, personality-wise, is as far away from Craig Bellamy's personality.
Yeah, the opposite.
And I heard he used to drive Craig Bellamy mad. Absolutely drive him mad. Like everyone else on this universe, Jimmy drove mad. But those training camps, yuck.
I'll tell you what's impressive, and I went down actually before I started coaching Origin, just to watch a session and just had a chat with Bellamy. Their sessions are impressive, especially it was the beginning of the year, so that he was dealing with big numbers.
What do you mean when you say impressive? What elements?
Oh, just watching the organisation,
Military precision.
all the staff,
Yeah.
and he had a lot of staff. Their staff's always been, he's had big staff numbers. Yeah, the people who are injured, the positional stuff, just watching it clockwork. It was very impressive.
Remember his first ever game as an NRL coach? Coached the Broncos.
Oh yeah, the baby
Broncos.
Oh, that's at Campbelltown.
Campbelltown.
Yes.
Bennett was in camp with all the Queensland blokes, and they beat them.
Yeah.
They beat them with a team full of rookies. It might have been a portent of things to come. You'll be getting pumped up for Friday night football down at Amy Park. Can't wait to get down there with the boys to cover Storm versus Panthers. And 20 years ago, this is how we welcome Friday night footy.
Sydney Roosters versus the Brisbane Broncos. Friday night football on 9.